Hey guys, how's it going? Defiant here, playing some domination on Stadium. And this game, I did something way different from what I normally do. I actually never ever use shotguns in this game, at least because they pretty much suck in this game. I'm not gonna lie about that. But I actually pulled off a pretty good game here using the Spas. And I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today about how to use shotguns effectively and pull a good KD with them in this game because it isn't as easy as it was even in Modern Warfare 2 where they were secondaries. But in that game they had ridiculous range. They had pretty ridiculous stopping power, and obviously you could use stopping power on them and make them even more ridiculous. And as you can see already in this gameplay, that doesn't happen with the shotguns in this game. At least with the Spas, you do not get many one-hit kills with this gun, and it's a semi-auto gun. So you have to tap the trigger, keep firing it, and it's not like as fast as you can tap the trigger, you can fire it. So you kind of got to figure out what's the fastest rate that you can fire this gun at, and then get used to it more or less. And this is actually the first game I played with it, so I wasn't completely used to that yet. But I still managed to do okay because I figured it out pretty quick. And I go on a pretty nice tear in the middle part of this game here and get some puppies. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, I guess I'll get into talking about how to use the Spas effectively on Stadium. And what I found out this game was actually what I was kind of thinking before the game. I wanted to run in between this building and the building on the other side, like straight across from it, the two small buildings. I guess I'll point out the other building when I go in it, because I figured this would be the best way to maneuver around the map, because you don't want to run around in the open with a shotgun in this game. And I found out actually that running around in the stadium here actually doesn't work out too well very often. So my advice would be to not run through the stadium too much if you're going to use a shotgun, unless you have to. Or maybe you're a better shotgun player, or you're more experienced using the shotguns than me, and maybe you know a better way to do it. But from what I found that running from this building I just ran out of to the one I just threw that grenade at, this is pretty much the best route to run with a shotgun in this game. It keeps you out of the open for the most part, and it keeps most of your engagements with people being up close, which is where the shotgun is going to shine. So I guess I'll tell you the perks I'm using on this. I'm using Flak Jacket, I believe, Sleight of Hand, and I think, yeah, I'm using Marathon. And the reason I use Flak Jacket instead of Scavenger, because you're going to run out of bullets fairly quickly with the Spas once you start going on a kill streak, is because I did not want to die from claymores when I'm running through these buildings, because I knew I was going to be running around a lot of corners sprinting with Marathon, and I didn't want to have to worry about claymores left and right, and I also wanted to be able to run through the middle when I had to without getting naded or noob tubed and all that good stuff. So that was the reason for me choosing Flak Jacket. And then the second perk choice, which I think is a little bit tougher decision to make between Steady Aim and Sleight of Hand. I went with Sleight of Hand because for one reason really alone in this game, and that's because this is a ground war game of Dom, and I knew that I was gonna likely run into a lot of people, use up my bullets, and then have to reload quickly, and that's why I went with Sleight of Hand. Steady Aim would probably be better in a regular size domination game, or most of the other game types, because it's definitely going to help you with your hip fire, which is what you do or want to do 90% of the time when you're using the Spas, and that would make it a much better perk. But in a ground war situation like I find myself in right now, I decided that Sleight of Hand would work out a lot better for me. And the last perk I'm using doesn't really require much explaining. It's Marathon. It's pretty straightforward. You're going to want to be running around. You're going to want to be moving. You're going to want to get from point A to point B as quick as possible, because you're going to have to run through the open a few times, and that's why I went with Marathon. But yeah, more or less, I'm just running between these two buildings, and I'm hip firing these kids with a Spas. And if you notice, I'm using cover a lot when I'm moving around. I don't want to get caught out in the open too much. I want to be able to duck behind some cover if I start getting shot at out in the open. And I like to run behind this building right here because it provides pretty good cover. The people, running to be or looking out from the stadium won't be able to shoot you. Whereas if you go out on the other side of that wall or building or whatever you want to call it, there's a much better chance you're going to get lit up by some people. So, but yeah, right now, as you can see, I have my Blackbird up, and I might have been able to play a little bit more aggressive with this Blackbird up, but I did not want to run through the middle and die, because even with the Blackbird, if they're too far off on the side of the screen, they're just going to show up on the far side, and you're not going to know exactly where they are. And I didn't want to run through the middle to get across to the stadium, and get lit up. So I decided to stay in this building and kind of wait it out, and it paid off. I got my dogs, and now I got these dual-wield HS-10s, or whatever they're called, and these shotgun, or this shotgun, I guess, is a pretty good shotgun when you dual wield it with steady aim. But with sleight of hand, it isn't so great. But yeah, there you go. That was my little spiel on the shotguns for you, or the SPAS and how to play on Stadium. Hopefully, you guys got something from that. And now I wanted to talk a little bit about some more gameplays I got coming for you, like I do in most of my commentaries. I kind of like to keep you guys updated on what I have in store for you. I have finally gotten a Kowloon gameplay, as you guys probably know, or I don't know. I posted a commentary on another channel saying that I didn't really like Kowloon at all. I think it's too ghost friendly, too camp happy of a map. But I finally did get a gameplay on Kowloon. It's a pretty beast score, but it's also against some very, very bad players, so I don't know when I'm going to upload that, or if I even am going to upload it. I mean, if you guys want to see it, then let me know, but I didn't play particularly well that game, but the kids on the other team were just so bad, it didn't matter how I played. I was going to do good anyways. But anyways, now as you can see in this gameplay, I'm going to kind of go back to this real quick. Once I ran across the stadium after I got my dogs last, or not my last life, maybe 2 lives ago, that didn't work out too well for me. I died fairly quickly once I got over there. So that's when I realized that was not a good idea for me. So now I'm just running back through this route over and over again, trying to get some kills here. And I think I get a few more kills through the rest of the game, but not a whole lot. But I did do pretty well this game, so I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, like I said, I never used the SPAS, and I was pretty proud of myself for getting a good SPAS gameplay. I did use the stakeout after this just to mess around with the shotguns, and I discovered that the stakeout is not as good as this gun, or at least I don't think so. At least not for ground war, because the stakeout, if you don't look down the sight, it's most of the time it's going to be a 2-hit kill. Or a lot of the time it's going to be a 2-hit kill, and with that being a pump action, shotgun, it's not gonna work as well. I mean, the animation for, pumping it or whatever you want to say is just it's just a little bit too long, and a lot of times you'll get caught after your first shot when you're doing that little reload. So you want to look down the sight with the stakeout, and that didn't work out too well for me playing ground war, running into 3 people with the stakeout. Normally you're not going to live, so I'd recommend the SPAS out of the shotguns. The HS-10, like I said, if you dual wield it with steady aim, it works pretty good, but I still don't like it as much as the SPAS. And this is I remember this part. This was funny. I stun this guy, and then I nade him, and then he just spins around in a circle with his flamethrower, and as a last resort. So I mean, I thought that was pretty funny. I kind of laughed at that during the game. But anyways, guys, this gameplay is winding down. I hope you guys enjoyed, maybe learned something. I'm going to try to do some more of these helpful, hint-filled commentaries for you guys. But anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a good one. Peace.